Japan is now facing a fresh political turning point. Following the dissolution of the House of the Representatives on January 23rd, the government swiftly announced the election timeline. Campaigning begins on January 27th, with voting and ballot counting set for February 8th. Although constitutionally empowered to take such an action, Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's decision to dissolve the chamber after just 16 months, well short of its 4-year term and in the absence of a major legislative crisis, has drawn public criticism.
やるべきことやってないでしょうと。今やるのは彼女がやるのは解散ではなく、国民の暮らしをきちんと立てることであり。
与党の維新も万歳してませんでした。こんなの初めて見ましたね。異常な光景でしたね。それは誰もが今回の解散には大義がないと思っているからじゃないでしょうか、皆さん。
Why then would Sanae Takaichi, who took office just last October, push ahead with such a risky dissolution? To answer that, we first need to look at how Japan's parliamentary elections work and how a prime minister is chosen. Japan's national election allows voters to choose members of both the House of the Representatives and the House of Councillors across multiple constituencies. The party or coalition that secures a majority in the House of the Representatives earns the right to form the government. The Prime Minister is then selected by the National Diet in a Prime Minister designation election, in which members of both houses vote on candidates nominated by the major parties. In practice, this means the party or coalition that holds a majority in the Diet usually has enough votes to elect its preferred candidate as Prime Minister. In most cases, the nominee is the leader of the ruling party. In October 2025, Sanae Takaichi won the leadership election within the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. Because the LDP, together with its coalition partner, the Japan Innovation Party, held a majority in the House of the Representatives, Takaichi secured enough votes in the Diet to defeat 2 other nominees in the prime ministerial designation election, officially becoming Japan's prime minister. This brings us to the central question. Why dissolve the lower house and force an election at this moment?
There are 3 main reasons behind this decision. First, Takaichi has maintained strong approval ratings and is looking to convert that popularity into electoral support. She views this moment as a rare opportunity to secure long-term political power and regain momentum. Second, dissolving the House allows her to sidestep intense questioning from opposition parties during the upcoming Diet session. Third, the timing was meant to catch the opposition off guard. Opposition parties are currently unprepared and lack momentum, while Takaichi holds a clear advantage in personal popularity.
Observers believe it is a high-stakes political gamble.
From the outset, this was a political gamble. With approval ratings high, Takaichi could have continued governing without dissolving the House. Instead, she chose a risky move that puts her existing support on the line. She also gambled within her own party. The decision lacked broad consensus inside the LDP and bypassed traditional power brokers, including figures aligned with former Prime Minister Taro Aso. If Takaichi wins, internal divisions may be temporarily masked but not resolved. If she loses, the move could fracture the party and potentially end her political career.
And while the LDP's approval rating remains high, the power of the opposition force should not be underestimated. The key opposition force is the newly formed Centrist Reform Alliance. The bloc brings together Japan's largest opposition party, the Constitutional Democratic Party, and Komeito, a former LDP ally that recently defected.
This alliance is aiming for more than a simple 1+1 effect. Komeito brings long experience in governance and a powerful grassroots organizational network, while the Constitutional Democratic Party, Japan's largest opposition force, contributes substantial Diet representation and strong labor union backing. By coordinating campaigns and uniting behind a people-first platform, the 2 parties are combining organizational strength, voter reach, and policy credibility. If executed effectively, this partnership could generate momentum that exceeds their individual capacities.
While some experts say the centrist reform alliances is gaining much strength to make a bigger impact, others warn that Takaichi's plan to expand military will cause serious problems for the region.
The Takaichi cabinet is currently attempting to advance Japan's military expansion. This signifies a departure from the peaceful nation defense policy upheld by previous administrations. First, it involves allowing the export of lethal weapons. In terms of security policy, it also involves the continuous expansion of the defense budget. This clearly departs from the basic security policy of exclusive defense rooted in Japan's pacifist constitution, which is a serious problem.
Regardless of who wins, political fragmentation in Japan now seems inevitable. China must prepare for a more unstable neighbor with increasingly volatile policies. The 2026 election won't just decide Japan's future, it will also test the limits of East Asia's security red lines. Now the choice rests with Japan's voters. The February 8th election has become a rush test of public opinion. In this compressed campaign, voters are being asked to make swift judgment on inflation, livelihood, foreign policy, and Japan's broader direction, and to decide which side deserves their trust.